What if the greatest leader of God's people was denied entry into the very land he spent 40 years trying to reach? Moses parted the Red Sea. Moses spoke with God face to face. Moses led millions through the wilderness. Yet when the promised land finally appeared on the horizon, God said, "You will see it, but you will not enter it." Why? Was one mistake really that serious? Today, we'll uncover the powerful lesson behind one of the Bible's most shocking moments. The journey to the Promised Land. For 40 years, Moses faithfully led the Israelites through deserts, hardships, and countless challenges. Again and again, the people complained. They complained about food. They complained about water. They even wanted to return to Egypt. Still, Moses remained their leader and intercessor before God. The Promised Land was almost within reach. But then came a moment that changed everything. The crisis at Meribah. In the wilderness of Zin, the people once again became thirsty. They gathered against Moses and Aaron, blaming them for bringing them into the desert. Moses turned to God for help. God gave a clear instruction. Take the staff and speak to the rock before their eyes, and it will pour out water. The command was simple. Speak to the rock. The moment of disobedience. Frustrated and angry with the people, Moses stood before the congregation and shouted, "Listen, you rebel! Must we bring you water out of this rock?" Then, instead of speaking to the rock as God commanded, Moses struck it twice with his staff. Water flowed out abundantly. The people received what they needed. But Moses had disobeyed God. The miracle happened, yet the obedience was missing. God's judgment. God said to Moses and Aaron, "Because you did not trust in me enough to honor me as holy before the Israelites, you will not bring this assembly into the land I give them." The issue was not merely striking a rock. It was failing to represent God's holiness and trustworthiness. Moses allowed anger to replace obedience. The leader chosen to reflect God's character acted according to his own frustration. And leadership carries responsibility. A lesson for all of us. Moses was a great servant of God. But even great people are accountable to God's commands. This story teaches us that partial obedience is not complete obedience. Success does not excuse disobedience. Anger can lead us away from God's will. God values faithfulness more than human achievement. Moses saw the promised land from a mountaintop, but Joshua would lead the people into it. God's plans continued, even when his servants failed. The story of Moses reminds us that obedience matters, even in moments of frustration. One act of disobedience did not erase Moses' faithfulness, but it showed that no one is above God's authority. God is not looking for perfection. He is looking for hearts that trust Him completely. So today, ask yourself, are there areas where God has asked you to obey, but you've chosen your own way instead? The promised land begins when we trust God's instructions more than our own emotions. If this message inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to The Voice of Change for more powerful Bible stories and life-changing lessons. God bless you.